What if I told you that each and every situation, person, place, thing in your life is as simple as switching a timeline? Like, that person is a portal. That person is a timeline. And you know what you can do to get off that timeline? Remove that person and go in a different direction, right? So that means that whatever reality that was unfolding with that person is now dispersed. So you can bend reality through understanding the concept of timelines, and how when someone comes into your life, you are activating, you're going through a portal. They are a portal. So you have to understand what that person brings to your reality, right? So if someone comes into your life and the portal opens and it's a portal of misfortune, or it's a portal of strife or chaos or confusion, or it's a portal of, negative things, right? You have to understand that, okay, this is not what I want. This is not the right thing for me. This is not good for me. And whatever timeline or whatever was unfolding, whatever your fate was with that person, once you revoke your energy from that timeline, it will dissolve, right? It'll collapse. So you can collapse timelines, and then you can shift on to other timelines, right? So life, and I'm gonna say it's easier said than done, obviously, right? But especially when it comes to people, collapsing a timeline, right? After you have entered the timeline, you've walked the path a little bit, and you've observed whatever you've needed to see, and you see what you've needed to see. After you realize that it ain't what it's supposed to be, or it's not what you thought, or it's not yielding fruit in your garden or yielding good things in your life, or you can look down the timeline, you can look down the path and see that the trajectory, and this comes with having a developed frontal lobe. Thank the Lord. I don't expect younger people to really grasp this. Now, if they do, like, I felt like when I was younger, I always had common sense. I always had some type of sense. But you can look down the timeline. You can see the trajectory. You know what I mean? And, the discernment is something that develops over time, obviously. Some people are born with it. Some people, mine came a little bit later in life. I've always had discernment, but it definitely kicked in like strong in my 20s, So you can collapse a timeline. And it could be that simple. Just revoke and remove your energy, collapse it, and move into a different direction, right? And maybe the other direction, you could be kind of in the in-between space where you're just figuring things out. Or you can shift into back on path, right? Because sometimes people's energy comes in and it kind of like pulls you into a false timeline. It pulls you into a timeline that is not yours. It's not your true path, right? You're in some fucking weird shit, some weird purgatory timeline. So understand that switching timelines is as simple as switching radio stations. Switching timelines is as simple as shifting your focus to something else, right? And when you recognize that you have the power within yourself to create your reality, right? And you don't have to accept a human being into your life just because you see them with your two eyes, just because you can see them, perceive them, talk with them, or whatever, doesn't mean that that person is supposed to be in your life. And that's one thing that I had to learn as a young person, is I felt like everyone that came to my life was supposed to be in my life, and that's just not the truth, right? You have to choose the people in your life, right? You have to discern them. You have to discern their characteristics, right? And you have to decide if you want them in your life based on tangible things, not what you're projecting on them, not the goodness that you think that they are, not how they present themselves, not the mask that they're wearing. You know, and that's something that happens over time. You know, some of us can read the energy down and read a situation down in 2 seconds. You know, I do that, but I still have to go through the process for it to make sense. Like, do you ever read the entire situation down and it just sounds so fucking crazy that you're just like, that can't be true, that can't be the situation, and then you find out it is, and it was that crazy? You know what I mean? So it's like, some of us, so all I say is, the more you recognize reality is a timeline, right? And life is sort of the fight to get to your highest timeline, much like Super Mario Sunshine or Crash Bandicoot. There are things put in your path like banana peels and bosses and monsters, right? And you're supposed to move around them so that you can get to your highest timeline, which is the highest level. And the sooner you realize that people are portals, and when a person enters your life, they're bringing everything that they are into your life. They're bringing everything that's attached to them into your life, and that includes spirits, right? So people have entity attachments, they're bringing those entities to you, right? If they have a bunch of shit going on, misfortune, karma, bullshit, they're bringing that to you, right? And you don't want to enmesh your timeline and enmesh your destiny with someone who you don't need to be commingling with. So I just thought I'd go ahead and give you guys this food for thought before I pull up. Love you, bye.